I want to thank Katie for a great match, being a great sport. It's one of those matches that I really could have gone either way.
She is ranked number 18 in the world. She is in Cincinnati. She is leading 6-1, 3-love. And the rain just stopped her again. 2 weeks ago in Washington, D.C., a weather suspension almost cost Alex Eala the biggest match of her life. She came back from that rain delay and won 9 straight games, won the title, became the first Filipino WTA singles champion in history. And now, in her very first match at the Cincinnati Open, a WTA 1000 event, the last major hardcourt stop before the US Open, she was in the middle of dismantling Elena-Gabriela Ruse when lightning moved in over the Lindner Family Tennis Center and play was stopped at 12:11 in the afternoon. She leads 6-1, 3-love. She is 3 games away from advancing. She will serve when the match resumes. And if the last rain delay taught us anything about what Alex Eala does when she comes back from these interruptions, the person most nervous about this stoppage is not her. There is also a revenge element here worth noting. This is not just any second-round match. Ruse and Eala have history. Their previous meeting was the final round of 2024 US Open qualifying. Eala won the opening set, but Ruse came back to win 3-6, 6-1, 6-3, ending Eala's run and giving the Romanian a 1-0 lead in their head-to-head. That loss kept Eala out of the 2024 US Open main draw. 2 years later, Eala is a WTA champion, a top 20 player, the 17th seed in Cincinnati with a first-round bye, and she is 6-1, 3-love in the opening set of their rematch. Ruse also called for the trainer mid-match with a right foot issue. The momentum and circumstances are completely inverted from 2024. This is not the same match, and it is not the same player. Between Washington and Cincinnati, Eala played in Toronto, and she has spoken about carrying the lessons from both tournaments into the final stretch of the hardcourt season. "I'm counting my blessings," she said before Cincinnati began. "I'm taking the lessons that I have had from these 2 weeks and hopefully implementing them even more and in a better way in Cincinnati and New York." Cincinnati and New York. The Cincinnati Open and the US Open. She is thinking about both. She is preparing for both. And everything she has done since July suggests she should be. But before we get to Cincinnati, let's talk about what happened in the ranking, because the record she broke this week is one that she herself only set 12 days ago. When she won the Mubadala DC Open on August 3rd, she entered the WTA Top 20 for the first time in her career. World number 20. That was a new career high, a historic milestone. The first Filipino player ever to break into the top 20. And it lasted 11 days before she broke it again. As of this week, heading into Cincinnati as the 17th seed with a first-round bye, Alex Eala is ranked number 18 in the world. Career high, again. Still climbing. Let's put that in context. She started 2026 at number 53. In January, she was outside the top 50. In March, she briefly cracked the top 30. Then Wimbledon pushed her to 28. Then Washington pushed her to 20, now 18. She is not climbing the rankings in a straight line. The grind has had dips, weeks where the points did not stack the way you want, but the direction is unmistakable. Every major result sends her up another level, and she holds it. She is not renting her ranking. She is earning it and keeping it. And Cincinnati is the next test. Because a WTA 1000 is a different animal from a WTA 500. The fields are deeper. Every draw spot has a serious player. There are no free rounds. And the path ahead of Eala in this draw is about as difficult as it gets. If she completes the win over Ruse, which at 6-1, 3-love with the serve to come, looks very likely, she could face world number 10 Amanda Anisimova in the third round. Their first ever career meeting. Then Linda Noskova in the round of 16, the same Noskova who beat Eala twice earlier in 2026, including 6-2, 6-4 in the Berlin semifinals. Then potentially a Washington final rematch with Jessica Pegula in the quarterfinals, then Swiatek or Rybakina in the semis, then the final, her first WTA 1000 final if she gets there. That is the mountain in front of her. And she walked into Cincinnati saying she intends to climb it. Before the tournament, she said, "I'm counting my blessings. I'm taking the lessons that I have had from these 2 weeks and hopefully implementing them even more and in a better way in Cincinnati and New York. Cincinnati and New York, the Cincinnati Open and the US Open, the last 2 hardcourt tournaments before the biggest Grand Slam of the American swing. She is ranked 18, she is seeded, she has a title, and she has something she did not have 12 months ago, the confirmed, documented, repeatable knowledge that she can beat anyone in any draw on any surface when she is at her level. Now let's address the thing that has been circling her all season, the serve. It has been the conversation that will not go away. Rick Maxey, the coach who worked with Serena Williams, Jennifer Capriati, and Maria Sharapova during their junior development, came out this year with a specific technical assessment of Eala's serve. He said the motion is smooth, relaxed, and flowing, but that it was likely taught incorrectly during her junior years. Specifically, he pointed to a breakdown in the kinetic chain, the sequential transfer of energy from legs to hips to shoulder to racket, and said that her leg drive does not initiate racket entry at the proper time. His recommendation was not a minor tweak. He called it heavy-duty, in-depth reconstructive surgery that would require an off-season with a biomechanist to fix properly. He also warned that anything short of that level of commitment would be band-aids, surface fixes that paper over a structural problem without solving it. That is a serious criticism from a serious source. The phrase that came out of the tennis headpiece, a problem that is hard to see with the human eye, is actually what makes it more concerning, not less. If it were obvious, it would already be fixed. The fact that it is subtle and embedded in the timing of her motion means it requires the kind of frame-by-frame biomechanical analysis that most players do not prioritize until a weakness starts costing them matches. Here is the other side. Andy Roddick, former world number 1, US Open champion, one of the greatest servers the men's game has ever produced, has looked at the same serve and come to a completely different conclusion. His assessment: she gets away with it because of what happens on the next ball. If you fail to hit a quality return against Eala's serve, she punishes you with pace and placement on the follow-up shot immediately. Her serve is not a weapon in the traditional sense. It is not blowing people off the court at 120 miles per hour. But it is not a simple weakness either. It creates discomfort. It creates rhythm problems. Iga Swiatek, who Eala beat in the 3rd round at Wimbledon, admitted after that match that the pace and tempo of Eala's serve was mentally challenging and harder to read than expected. And Eala herself has been direct about the outside criticism. She has said publicly that people don't know how much effort she puts into her serve. She is not dismissing the work. She is saying she is already doing it, quietly, every single day, without announcing it to the world. The honest answer is both things are true at once. The serve is a technical work in progress that a highly credentialed coach has identified as a structural issue requiring serious attention. And simultaneously, it has not stopped her from becoming world number 18, winning a WTA 500 title, reaching the 4th round of Wimbledon, and demolishing Elena-Gabriela Ruse 6-1 in the opening set of a WTA 1000 debut. The question of whether it limits her ceiling at Grand Slam level, whether she can win a major with a serve that is more about placement and disruption than raw power, is one the sport is going to spend the next few years trying to answer. But right now, in August 2026, with the US Open 3 weeks away and a commanding lead in Cincinnati, the serve is winning enough matches that the ceiling debate feels like a conversation for another time.